Welcome back to the PTSD Princess Podcast. I'm Jerica Rose, your host. I survived homelessness, sexual and verbal abuse. I'm here to guide you through your healing, growth, and reclaiming your self-love. So let's dive in. Welcome back to another episode. It's your girl, Jerica Rose, the host of the PTSD Princess Podcast. And today I want to talk about PTSD and relationships and how to stop shutting down on your partner or husband. This is a good one for me. Oh my God, this is a good one for me because I went to trauma therapy in 2024 and I told her I feel better doing things like alone. And I wouldn't say like alone as like, oh, she just so lonely. She don't want to be around nobody. Like, no. When hard things come up in life, I like to figure things out on my own. So when you're in a relationship, you can't really shut down. You really gotta do things together. So I'm learning these things myself, and going to therapy, it was like, okay, no wonder why you have so much trauma. This is what is called PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. So it's like when I go through those moments in life, I really just want to shut down, don't talk to me. It's that type of vibe. And if you are like that, it's just not good. You're going to not attract the things you want. You're going to push people away that you love, and it's just not good. So I got 3 tips for you, of course, like always, because I always want to share and leave value with you, to take you on your merry way and just have a successful relationship, because God did not put us on this earth so that we could be lonely, stressed, depressed, walking around acting like you don't need nobody. No, that's not what He has called us to do. And the more you tap in with other people, build community, and just like be around people that uplift you, it just feels so much better. So, my personal experience, as if your environment is everything, literally. So, tip number 1, tell him what's up before you shut down. So you could say like, I feel overwhelmed. I need a minute. So say if your boyfriend's at work and he, or your man, husband, he's coming home and you just had a long day at home with the kids. Okay, tell him as soon as he walk in the door, babe, before you start complaining, let me tell you how I feel. I feel overwhelmed. I feel this is just not good. Can you help me take a load off of me? Like, can you help me? I need it. I feel overwhelmed. It's okay to express that. So tell him, make sure you tell him, and just make sure that it helps him to know that it's not about him, it's about you. So yeah. Tip number 3, small check-ins without the big explosions. So small check-ins can be like, instead of holding it in until you snap, check in with yourself daily and share little things. So for me, I have this game that me and my boyfriend plays every other night. Sometimes I try to aim for every night, but every other night. I call it like the 60-second talk game. We literally hold hands on the bed, no distractions, no TV, no phones, no headphones. We hold each other hand and we set the timer, and the other person talks for seconds, and the other person talks without saying anything. So I can talk for 60 seconds, vice versa. It really works really well. So try it out and let me know in the comments if that helps you. So small check-ins. That'd be a good game for you to play. And tip number 3, write it down. Write it down if you can't say it. I'm all about journaling, or I talk about a lot about journaling in this podcast as well. So if you feel like you can't talk to nobody, a good way to express yourself is to express it. And if you can't, or if you're uncomfortable with saying it with your partner, you can write it down and give it to him or text him. So it's a quick text or a note. Well, it can feel uncomfortable in the moment, but if you write it down, you'll be able to express it. So, and give it to him. But those are my 3 tips. I hope that helped you. I am all about expressing boundaries, love, communication, just striving for better together. Because the more you work on yourself, the more your kids will thank you, and you're gonna set generations free from now. Especially if you had it hard growing up. Like, I didn't really have it hard, but it's like I didn't really grow up with love and with like luxury things and just being able to be free, without all of this dictatorship and judgment, and it just be a lot. So I am going to express in lots of gratitude because this world, I see where it's going, is trying to tear people's mental health down. And no, we are going to lift each other up, lift our partner up, and just keep going. So, to run those tips back, tip number 1, tell him what's up before you shut down. Tip number 2, check ins. That way can eliminate those big explosions. And tip number 3, write down if you can't say it. So journaling is always good. So I hope that helped you. Thank you for tuning in this episode.